Hey guys, Martin here bringing you a Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today I'm going to jump in and try and get the Broly mission done, the new Red Zone Broly mission with the Android slash Cell Saga team. Now I have tried this a couple of times on my main account with a team with like the AGL Cell lead because I do not have a 16 of my own, and it has not gone particularly well, so I thought I would try a run here with the actual double 16s on the private server and just see if we can get it done. This team isn't the best. Obviously, I put up a video earlier today with the team that I think is the best build for the Androids team. But of course, you can't run like MVP 17, Hellfighter 17, Super 17. It's got to be Android slash Cell Saga units only. So we're just going to jump straight in and see how we get on. Obviously, because it's the private server, all 4 item slots are unlocked. But I'm only going to use the Whis because I feel like that's probably going to be necessary near the end. We've got the Android support memory on. But yeah, let's just go ahead and jump straight into the run. Okay, so we got a relatively decent starting rotation here. We got no 17 and 18 with 16 to start us off with. Also, I guess to be fair, it's not ideal getting Cell on turn 1 because his domain being active for longer would obviously be helpful, but it is what it is. We'll go ahead and we'll just grab some orbs here, get some same type orbs. We're going to get an orb change from the tech androids on the next turn anyway. STR Cell hopefully will come in handy for the revival later, but depending on what happens with the rotation locking turns, we may have to sacrifice him like early just to get the, just to get the turn out of the way if there's an awkward rotation. And we don't think it'll play out very well. We can just kind of throw STR Cell in harm's way, have him die and then revive. And then he is much better post-revival, so with the Android support memory, it's only the level 1 version, so it's 10% to Android allies attack and defense. But, you know, it's better than nothing. And this team needs all the help it can get, being just the Android slash Cell Saga build of the Androids team. So I've said it before many times, I'm sure I'll say it many more times while we talk about this new version of like the Androids team and everything. I still think it's very disappointing that the banner unit for 16 wasn't a Cell Saga 17, because not only would he be on the full leader skill, but then obviously he would be runnable in these Android slash Cell Saga restricted missions. Because obviously there's no other real usable 17 or 18 currently, which means we only get one rotation where the 16 actually gets his unit super attack. Oh wow, they changed all of them orbs. Okay, well, I'll probably just do this then. Although I should have probably just let 16 still go first, because the unit super gives everyone on the next rotation a buff, which is pretty important. Whereas I feel like the tech androids probably just kill him. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the tech androids are just going to kill him here now, aren't they? Because they're getting at least 2 super attacks, and then obviously they have the potential for the hidden potential as well. 60 million on the additional. Jeez. And that was from just a natural... That shows you, like, with nuking units, how good they can be sometimes. Like, when the orb change goes well, and you can get so many orbs without having to, like, use an item or mess around with the rotations or anything. Like, that just happened naturally, that they got, you know, the additional super 60 million, which means if they'd done an additional after that, then it would have been even more than that. Okay. 16 stuck in the middle is not the end of the world. So if we do that, keep all these like green orbs together at the bottom here, because then if we get a good orb change for the tech androids again. The locking is probably the worst part for this event, as I mean it's the worst. I hate it, you guys know. It's probably one of the worst parts about it for this mission, because the team struggles enough as it is when you can set up the rotations the way you want them to be. So then when the game is like, oh, actually 16 gets locked in slot 3, so GG for your rotations, like, it's pretty annoying. But you know, what can you do? Fortunately 16 gets the extra attack by being in slot 2. His post super defense is obviously going to be very solid, and he still has the guard. He just doesn't obviously have the 60% damage reduction by not being in slot 1, but after getting a couple of supers off. Like, his post-super defense is still going to be very good. Broly's already supered, so we don't really need to worry anyway when it comes to tanking normals. Everybody else, of course, gets the buff from him getting hit. And then Jiroa 19, 32 mil. Gives us a bit of a heal as well, not that we necessarily needed it here, but... And then they tank for double-digit damage. Okay. So, oh, the tech androids got locked in the middle. That's perfect. Okay. Alright, so we can do that. Do that. Grab those. We'll save STR cells thing. Because I don't want him to die. His active skill is just a permanent buff, isn't it? Yeah, so he might as well have it now. It's not like it makes any difference for using it later. Because I would ideally rather he not die here if he was going to get killed at the end of the turn and save the revival for the final phase, I guess. So, yeah, get the unit super here with 16. Get the extra nice defense buff for everybody. And everybody on the next rotation, which is very helpful. Because the thing is, if we use items in the final phase, which is the plan, Android 16 has 60% damage reduction. So if you use a Whis, that gives you 40% extra. That gives Android 16 100% damage reduction. So for 4 turns, if we're using 2 Whis, right, back to back, for 4 turns, our slot 1 unit literally can't take damage outside of double digits, obviously. Which is very, very good, because Broly double supers a lot, and mostly in slot 1. But it means we only have 4 turns to kill him, which of course is the biggest issue with the Androids team, is their damage output. And obviously the fact that they are, you know, you're powering up Broly with every time you're hitting him up to a certain amount. So the Tech Android's Ghost Usher ability will probably come in very handy as well. But then you've got characters like STR Cell. He gets post-revive, he gets extra damage reduction against a super. So against a super, his damage reduction is 65%. So with a Whis, he's immortal. But then it's slightly less for a normal attack. But I think with a Whis, he still ends up having like 90% or something. It's either 90 or 80, I think. And then, like, Tech Cell, obviously very strong defensively. Like, the units that we're going to be putting in slot 1 will be able to tank with a Whis active, regardless of how built up Broly is. So, well, we really didn't kill him on this turn. That's going to be annoying. Watch this give me the absolute worst locking now, because we didn't kill him on that turn. If it's 16 in slot 3, I'm going to be so annoyed. Okay, it's Cell in the middle. Fine. Whew, okay, that's fine, because then we just do this. Throw you back in slot 1. 1.3 million defense start of turn. Do this. Do this. And then do this. So, GG's. 16 will be fine, regardless of what happens in slot 1 here. I mean, 16 should kill him, even though 16 is not the hardest hitting unit in the world. But yeah, there we go. So now we get on to... It gets a little bit trickier, but we also don't have the locking now, which kind of does help significantly. And in fact here, like, this rotation is going to be perfectly fine. It's a shame Broly doesn't have Ki Blast super attacks, because obviously that would be even more beneficial for our various Ki Blast absorbing units. But grab those for you. I want to try and make sure we get close to the Dokkan attack, but I don't want to get it until the last phase. So might have to cool down on same type orbs after this turn. It just depends how much damage we do here, because with the Tech Androids, decent amount of orbs and all the support, like, they should do a lot of damage. 16 should tank this fine. Should be double digits, I think. Although, yeah, we don't have the unit super from the previous 16, because obviously we can only get the 1 rotation with a unit super, but he still eats that for double digit damage. Then we get this off and give 50% support to everyone and everyone on the next rotation. Like, it really can't be underestimated just how much defensive support that 16 is giving to everybody else. Like, I wish you could see the unit's defense, like, like after the team screen part, because like I'd love to see how high the tech androids defense is once they've gotten their supers off here. Now with all the buffs that they've gotten from 16, the fact that they greatly raise on super, 50 into a 53 million attack stat super here as well. Obviously very, very good. Yeah. Hit potential? Sadly not. Big damage from them though, love to see that. And there's a dodge and another dodge, let's go. Draw 19, 39 million. It's kind of funny because 39 is like their thing, right? Because it's 20 and 19. That's why they have 39% damage reduction. So them getting a 39 million attack stat's pretty funny. Okay, so... if I do this... Do you share... Yeah, you have... Actually, you have Gentleman once you transform anyway, don't you? Yeah. Is it best to keep him on the rotation? Do that. And then if I do that, we can get through the next turn without getting the Dokkan attack, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, 16, with the extra buff from having the unit super from the turn before, Gentleman gives defense, so he should be fine. There we go, perfect. Okay, 26.5. We might not kill him this turn because STR cell hasn't revived. He would need to get crits. The AGL cell does decent damage. I put the STR cell at the end because I'm not sure how well he'll tank normal. I mean, post super he should tank normals fine. But obviously if he dies here, that's fine as well. AGL cell will do some decent damage though, to be fair. Yeah, see, even before supering, he takes double digits from the AoE. 43 million from AGL cell. Will we kill this time? I mean, if he gets a couple of supers off here, and then STR cell actually crits. Maybe? Oh, we had to get an additional normal, damn. I was going to say, that was looking pretty good. Yes, he's only 20 mil. Have to get a couple here with crits. And of course he doesn't crit. Type disadvantage just takes away so much of your damage if you don't crit. Like even with a decent attack stat, you do so much less, which is really annoying. And of course he's just not critting at all now. I mean, I guess that gives us the ability to have the extra unit super turn with 16. But I wanted him to be getting the Dokkan attack on a turn where he's got a decent set of links. Although, actually, yeah, if we don't kill him this turn... 16 kills on the next turn, we get the unit super, then okay, nice. STR cell actually getting the crit at the end. Let's go. Okay, so can I get the Dokkan attack here? I think so. And I could probably can I get the Dokkan attack this turn? Because if I throw out a Whis, after picking up all of these orbs, these guys should have really good defense. And then... yeah, so I'm going to start off by doing this. Get the Hell Flash. Take away one of the attacks in slot 1. Because that could potentially be a super. Then let's go ahead and use the Whis. Obviously, because it's the private server, all 4 of the item slots are unlocked, but you can only use 1 item in this event, so obviously I'm not going to use any other ones as well. So we'll do that. And that puts them at a million defense start of turn with 54% damage reduction. So it's actually 94% damage reduction, so they should be fine. And then you can do this. And then Cell gets the tech orbs, and I get the Dokkan attack. There we go. Okay. So this should be a pretty significant amount of damage. I bet. What's the bet? That first attack of the turn was just a normal, and that's the one that got action braked away. But yeah, we have a lot of damage reduction here with the tech android, so we should be fine. Broly's got no build up yet, so yeah, we just take double digit damage. If he doesn't super a second time, then we know that okay, never mind. So yeah, that first attack that got action braked away by 16's active skill was literally just a normal attack, which is annoying. But of course that's how it is. But we tank for double-digit damage anyway. And now we can go ahead and get the Dokkan attack with the tech androids. They're at 43 million attack stat here. 16, funnily enough, might have actually been higher, but... oh well. I guess because on the active skill turn, he does a lot of damage. But the androids have type advantage naturally, so they'll do more damage without even needing to crit. But they should hopefully crit as well. So we're hoping for like a big Dokkan attack damage here. We did hit all the nodes as well, so maximum bonus damage. Still only like 1 bar of HP though. So we got the additional... oh, damn, we're not getting lucky with the hidden potential additionals at all, which is really annoying. But then, yeah, we get the 16 unit super, which obviously helps out for the next rotation. He'll get multiple attacks because he's in... well, he used the active skill anyway, so that would happen regardless. But a couple of attacks off here. Tech Cell should also do okay. He didn't get a lot of orbs, but Tech Cell should do fine in slot 3 here as well. On this sort of pace, we should be able to kill him before we run out, because like I said, we've got 4 turns of having a Whis active by using 2 Whis back to back. So with the amount of damage we've done in this 1 turn, hopefully 4 turns should be enough. But obviously we will see. Who do I want to keep on the rotation? Well, first of all, I don't think his attack changes, does it? 184. Yeah, so it doesn't really matter who's next to him when he does the unit super, the active skill. And remember, with a Whis active, 16 has 100% damage reduction, so it doesn't really matter who's getting hit. I guess technically, post super attack, I think these guys do actually end up having more defense than Cell. So maybe I should leave them in slot 3. So we'll do that. Do this, and then grab the int orbs. Hopefully we can get a good orb change on the next turn for the tech androids. We'll have Cell on the rotation, so we won't have to worry about dying. Because he's going to be... he probably will take a lot of damage in slot 3 and might actually die, but then that's fine, because he'd just revive anyway. Because remember, the more hits Broly's taking here, the more built up he's getting. So by the time he hits in slot 3, he's going to be hitting considerably harder. But with the Whis active, Jiro and 19 have like 79% damage reduction. So they should be fine. 16 just eats these, obviously gives everybody the buff. Then he attacks. 60 million attack stat here on the active skill turn. Pretty good. Gets the crit as well. Yeah, next turn... his next turn could be GG, depending on how many orbs we get with the tech androids. Nice. Okay, he's going to have 3 bars left. I think, yeah. Because 16 is going to get hit first, which gives the extra buff, which gives extra attack as well. If we get a really good orb change, I think next turn will be GG. Because that's... I'm just going by the HP he's on now. But then I guess, remember, Cell and Broly and the 19 and Jiro are going to get to attack. Broly can only do normals for the rest of the turn because he's already supered twice. So with a Whis in play and all these buffs from Android 16, both Cell and Jiro should be perfectly fine at tanking normals here. So yeah, I think we've actually got it in the bag, finally. Still took, you know, using the androids support memory and the Whis, but because I'd be a bit too concerned. Like, it's basically in the bag for next turn, but I would still be a little bit wary about not using a Whis, because 16 is going to have 60% damage reduction and guard, but Broly's been hit a considerable amount of times, so obviously his health's too low to actually use the android's active skill now. But yeah, with start of turn defense 770k, I think it would be way too risky for us to just play out the turn without any extra insurance. So we go ahead and use the other Whis. And then not a lot of orbs for the tech androids though is quite bad. Fortunately, I don't think it matters with how little HP he's on here now. And worst case scenario, we don't kill him and then we just kill him on the next turn, or like we don't kill him and he kills STR Cell, who just revives, and then we kill him on the next turn. So either way, this should be all good. We've got the 2 turns with the Whis, because yeah, 16 obviously not doing a lot of damage on the non-active skill turn. I mean, still 30 million attack stats, not terrible, but yeah, he's not getting crits as well, which doesn't help. And then the tech androids obviously didn't get a lot of orbs, so they're not going to be doing crazy damage. But it's the fact that the Whis gives us the ability for 16 to just be invincible. So the next rotation, we would just put 16 in slot 1 and Tech Cell in slot 2, and Tech Cell absolutely would be killing him here. I think the tech androids still will. They get guaranteed double super. They only got, what was it, like 4 or 5 tech orbs, which isn't a great amount, but they do still get, like, it's like 50% per orb. So 28 mil. Yeah, that's not great, but at least we don't have to worry about critting because they've got type advantage. So yeah, but that's crazy to think, like, we actually aren't going to kill him this turn, but we fortunately are in a position where we can't really die. So the Whis allows us to live the next turn guaranteed, because 16 literally can't take damage, and then Tech Cell will just finish him off. And even if STR Cell dies in slot 3, although STR Cell, he only has to come in clutch with a crit, like a single crit, I think, and we kill him. Obviously, if he doesn't crit, he's not going to do a lot of damage, especially with a 14 million attack stat. He's got no big bad bosses active here. Yeah, so even with the crit, he's going to need a couple of attacks here. Hey, let's go. STR Cell actually doing it. So there you go. That is the mission for beating Broly with an Android/Cell Saga team. The only way I've been able to do it now so far is by using the Android 16, who I don't have. So having to do the mission on the private server. So that is with him being Rainbow as well. I don't think it matters too much, because I mean, he did good damage on his active skill turn. But like on my main account, like everybody else here is Rainbow, apart from STR Cell. But again, to be fair, he didn't really contribute a huge amount. But yeah, let me know how you guys got on with this mission. I definitely struggled quite a bit here, so let me know what your experience was with it. Let me know what your team build was down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.